Hi, Melanie. Good session of the day. Hope you found it helpful. Just to run through a couple of points we discussed in the session. Firstly, mainly your grip. You had a tendency with your left hand to kind of hold it a little bit, what we call underneath, with your left palm sort of facing a bit more towards the sky there. Now, your natural hang of the left hand is going to be more into kind of your leg, if your arm was hanging down from the shoulders there. And ideally speaking, you want to be holding the golf club in that same natural position, which will help the club return back to the ball square and also help you hinge the wrist. So if we look on the left hand side, you can see the move you're making now with the roller, swinging it around your body, a good hinge of the wrist, and the head and the body kind of staying nice and stable with a good shoulder turn there as we swish through. So your pivot point now, as we can see, is kind of in the middle part of the circle there, and the roller, as a result of that, is kind of going around your body like so. If we look at the right hand one here now as you go back, not really much of a wrist hinge here. Now to get the club to start working up in this direction, what we see with the head and the body, we all start moving up off the golf ball there. So not really a hinge of the wrist there, it's more of a lifting with your arms, the body and the head. So now from here, where you started off with your top part of your head and your body on the horizon, as we move back now, you move back up and away from that, because basically the only reason that you can get that club up here, if you're not hinging the wrist better, you have to lift. So you lift your head, your body, your arms, everything else. Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 second keep your head down, but if we can hinge the wrist better, it will help us create the golf club swinging up more into this direction, rather than you trying to lift the arms up and lift the body up to do that. Because if you don't come back now down with the top of your head beneath the horizon, as we can see here now, a little bit too high, we just about catch sort of middle part of the ball, and the ball then sort of scuttles on the ground, not too high. Now through the golf ball here now, this was better in terms of the width. If we compare that position now to when we work on the roller, how much more your right arm there is extending to target, the left arm is folding up nicely. Now, if I'm being honest, the head should be going with that there as we twist through. It's a bit restricted. If that head did twist through, it would give a little bit more freedom for that right shoulder, that right hip and right knee and right foot to start moving with that. So if we can create that big circle, get the hinging of the wrist better, okay, but to hinge the wrist better, you have to be holding that golf club in the left hand better. If the left hand is working too much underneath, it'd be very difficult to create these hinges. So this is kind of the move we're trying to replicate more and more and more, a much more stable centre point, and the club swinging around your body much more efficiently, as opposed to if we look here on the left hand, on the right hand side one here, there's more of a lift as we go back rather than a hinge. As you come back down through, the arms are a bit closer in, putting the club into the body. Now you finish in a nice position there, looking down the range nicely towards target, but as we've got there, there's been a bit of a change of length of swing or circle as a result, and when you come back to goal ball, therefore you're catching just a bit top part of the goal ball, and that ball then going low. So if you can work on that wrist hinge, get the grip better, hinge the wrist better so the club starts going up because of the hinge of the wrist, not the lifting of your arms and your body. Hopefully that club now and that centre point will be more constant. That club will start coming to the back of the ball and that ball going up in the air. As I said, in terms of practice, just give yourself, make this motion here continually 3 times in a row, trying to maintain that position as we go back and through. Okay, that'll be a much better movement there now with the club and the body moving together, but trying to strike the ground at home, getting the same constant movement back and through, back and through. Go for 3 in a row, stop, start again. Go for 3 in a row, stop, start again. Try and get 10 3 in a rows in one session. If you can do that, you're done. And try and do that the same the next day and the next day till you start really learning where that low point in the swing is by hinging your wrist better, keeping that centre point more in the centre. So I hope that makes sense. Any questions, obviously you can give me a shout, and I will see you soon. Cheers, Melanie.